On a normal day, we'd be covering Saudi Arabia's oil war with Russia and how they're crashing the price of oil. Or we'd be covering how U.S. soccer has claimed the reason they think men should get paid more than women is because the fans at the men's games are really mean. And it's a real thing. Or we'd even be covering how Apple says they might be launching a feature that allows you to delete iMessages after you've sent them. Yeah, my only question is, why didn't they come up with this before my divorce? But really, none of those news stories are what anybody's focusing on, because all everybody's talking about is the coronavirus pandemic, aka COVID-19. I feel like that's how you know this thing has gotten serious, because now we've switched to using the virus's government name. Yeah, it's just like, COVID-19, get your ass down here. Explain why you've been infecting the world, mama. My name's Corona. Your name is COVID, boy. I created your virus ass, and I'm not afraid to be the vaccine. Anyway, the past 24 hours has been one of the biggest corona news cycles we have been a part of yet. And part of that was because it went from a disease affecting anonymous people to affecting the world's most famous face.
Stunning announcement. Hollywood legend Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson revealing they have the coronavirus, testing positive in Australia. The couple now in isolation.
We felt a bit tired, like we had colds and some body aches. Rita had some chills that came and went. Slight fevers, too. Not much more to it than a one-day-at-a-time approach, no?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, corona got to Tom Hanks. And this man's already been through so much. I mean, think about it. After the war he's been through and that time his plane crashed, and he already had to deal with his dog dying, I feel bad for him. But I mean, at the same time, he shouldn't have been letting everyone touch his chocolates. That's probably how he got it. But regardless, he has announced that him and his wife, Rita Wilson, are going to be in isolation. And luckily, he's used to being stuck alone with Wilson, so he'll be fine. Yeah, you thought the movie jokes were done. And then I came back with another one. You know, just by the way, this is a weird story. This funny thing that happened to me yesterday. When I saw Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson trending, I was so devastated because I thought after 31 years together they were getting divorced. And I was like, oh no. And then I clicked on the news and I was like, oh, thank God, they're getting corona. Oh, I mean, not thank God, but thank God. And honestly, I can't believe that Tom Hanks is the first celebrity to get the virus. Like, I would have expected someone ridiculous like Flavor Flav or Charlie Sheen or Sarah Pitt, but Tom Hanks. This is insane. This is like finding out Mr. Rogers has chlamydia. Like, yeah, you'd be like, I didn't even think he had genitals. It's almost like coronavirus chose Tom Hanks just to send a message to the rest of us. You know, like prison rules, just like if I can get Hanks, I can get to anyone. So the biggest star in Hollywood just tested positive for coronavirus, and luckily he's saying he's feeling good. He's obviously sick, but he's feeling good, and he's going to be quarantined until he fully recovers. But coronavirus isn't just sweeping the entertainment world. It turns out it's going after everything.
The NBA made the stunning decision to suspend the season indefinitely because of the coronavirus.
The NCAA just canceled the March Madness tournament.
The MLS, the NHL, they had suspended their seasons.
Disneyland in California will be closing starting on Saturday.
Broadway shows will now close, so will the Met Opera and the Met Museums of Art.
Yes, my friends, life as we know it has been canceled. Now we're all just going to have to go home and die of corona. Yeah. Or even worse, spend time with our families. We're not going to die, please, I'm joking. But it is big news, right? Parades are canceled, movies are delayed, Broadway is dark. The NBA has suspended its season indefinitely, which is devastating news for those teams. They won't be playing basketball. It's devastating except for the Knicks. They haven't played basketball in 20 years. But I will say, I do agree with shutting down Disneyland. I mean, it's a breeding ground for disease. Think about it. There are rats everywhere hugging people. It's disgusting. And the big one, one of the big ones is New York canceling the St. Patrick's Day parade for the first time in 250 years. Yeah, that's a big deal. And I get it. New York City doesn't want people sick and vomiting in the streets and then getting corona afterwards. They don't want that. So that's how the coronavirus has been affecting the US. But remember, this is a global disease that's affecting everyone. And one of the craziest unexpected side effects of corona is probably in this video that came out of Thailand.
This is a video from Thailand, and that is hundreds of monkeys that are hungry. These monkeys are used to having tourists feed them bananas, but Thailand has seen a massive drop in tourism because of the coronavirus. And so these monkeys are just invading cities. Locals said they look like wild dogs attacking each other whenever one of them got a single banana.
Holy shit. There were no tourists to feed the monkeys in Thailand, and so they're just absolutely wrecking havoc, which is crazy. Because imagine if you are the one tourist left in Thailand right now. Yeah, and you're just like, time for my breakfast banana. And the monkeys swarm over and it's just you and your skeleton left behind. Because I don't know about you, but rabid monkeys are the most terrifying animal in my book. No, because I know a lot of animals can attack you, but monkeys, for some reason, they just seem so much better equipped. You know, they can open doors, they can handle tools, you know, they can pick up things with their feet. They're the only animal that can do sign language, so they can even tell you what they're doing. They're like, I'm gonna kill you. What? I'm gonna banana. Like, the only person who doesn't need to be afraid of rabid monkeys is Mitch McConnell. Yeah, because if they try and rip his face off, he'll just be like, joke's on you, I've got tons to spare. I mean, it's really insane. You've got Corona shutting down the planet, right? And then now a crazy monkey invasion on top of it. It's like we're living in two different disaster movies at once. Somewhere out there in space, there's an asteroid headed to Earth, and it's like, I'm gonna come back later. You guys, yeah. Because climate change has been affecting weather patterns across the globe, some people in the motherland are experiencing it more than most.
It is a locust invasion of epic proportions, and it is swarming East Africa right now.
So the United Nations says that these insects could decimate the region's food supply, and it's concerned it could become a full-blown plague.
For 3 months now, swarms of desert locusts have been eating their way through East Africa. Here in Kenya's Laikipia County, people bang utensils to try and ward off an increasing menace to their livelihoods. All to no avail. The locusts keep coming. A voracious appetite means these locusts eat the equivalent of their own body weight in a single day. Beans, maize, pasture for animals. Nothing stands a chance.
Oh, hell no. First Corona, now locusts? I hope we're not seeing a reboot of the Old Testament. Yeah, because then as firstborn sons, we'll have to worry. Although Trump is probably gonna be like, can we do secondborn this time? Go with Jesus, Eric. He's a nice man. Go with him. Go with him. And this is one of the things that's really sad about climate change, right? Although it's affecting everyone, the effects are felt in very different ways in developing nations. Because in a first world country, a lot of climate change is abstract. It's like, did you hear that Aspen might not have the best snow for skiing this year? Whereas in Africa, it's like, can you hear anything besides the locusts? What? I can hear you over the locusts! It's a lot harder to deny climate change when locusts are eating all of your food. Like, that's maybe the one thing that Americans need to do to get everyone on board. Just have the locusts come to America and start taking all the tables at Olive Garden. Yeah. Then you'll see Congress take action. I couldn't get anything! Yeah. And once they show up, locusts are crazy. They can decimate a field of crops, then they fly 100 miles to eat another crop. Yeah, it won't be the same in America, though, because like food in Africa isn't modified. If locusts try to do that with American food, they would eat at one place, and they'd be like, I need to sleep now. I need to sleep. I can't fly anymore. Because while America only has to worry about one presidential inauguration next year, over in Afghanistan, they're dealing with two.
In Afghanistan, two different politicians who both claim to have won the presidential election are staging their inauguration ceremonies. Ashraf Ghani, the first to be sworn in as president, has been Afghan president since 2014, and the country's election commission say he won a second term in September last year. We are hearing Mr. Ghani has made his inaugural speech. When that happened, several explosions happened nearby, and we've just had the footage through. Have a listen.
Okay, I don't know what's crazier. That two people say they're the president, or that while this guy is giving his speech, explosions are shaking the building, and he just keeps on going. And it's like, as I was saying, I'm very happy to be a president. So now Afghanistan is in a sticky situation because 2 people are claiming to be the president. Yeah, no one knows what to do. If you ask me, we should just get Maury over there to solve this whole thing. Yeah, just be like, you are not the leader. Oh! Although at the same time, why do we fix this? It's not the worst idea to have 2 presidents. We've never thought of it. Maybe we should just, presidents should have day shift and night shift. Maybe that could be a new thing. Yeah, it could be easier for the presidents because then they could avoid the blame for bad news. People would be like, Mr. President, the people are starving. It's just like, oh, look, I just clocked in. Yeah, that sounds like a night shift problem. Sorry.